Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Today is something that I have wanted to make a video about for a long time. Well, pretty much since being a mom, but now that I'm a stay-at-home mom, I think it's especially important. And you know, it's a big deal. I blow-dried my hair and I put makeup on. Now, I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but I basically wear my hair up on the top of my head almost every day. But that's a whole nother thing. I even made some notes tonight on what I want to talk about, and if you could tell by the title of this video, it's basically a guide or how to stay sane as a stay-at-home mom, or even just a mom in general. I know when I was working, that was even tough. That's my cat moving the tripod right now. Okay, so let's get into it. And if not for nothing, I hope that this inspires or helps any moms out there. And if this has helped you, honestly, I would love it if you leave a comment, share with your other mom friends. Let's be in this together and be there for each other. Number one, the thing that I found most helpful in the morning is caffeine. Depending on the time of the day, alcohol. But for real, I caffeinate myself. Honestly, I am not a morning person. I'm just not. And as cute as Finley is in the morning, I still struggle big time in the morning. Like, I don't want to get up, but I do. I have to. I don't have a choice. So, coffee. And then every once in a while at night, maybe some alcohol. What's wrong with a glass of wine, right? Okay, so that's kind of like a fun tip. But number two, this is a big one that I've recently been trying to do more of, and that's getting outside. You need to get out of your place you're in and your poopy smelling diapers. You need to breathe some fresh air. Stop breathing in that poopy air. For real though, honestly, if you have a child, getting outside, and I know weather-wise that's not always possible. Like, for instance, we live in Wisconsin. In the wintertime, it can be brutal. So those times you can get out, you do have an opportunity, even just going to the grocery store with your child. I know when I first became a stay-at-home mom in April, there was days where honestly I didn't want to leave the house. And I felt really lonely, and I was kind of lost for a few months there. And I struggled pretty hard, and I know for me, just literally getting out of the house made me feel so much better. And for us, we recently got a puppy after moving back to Wisconsin from California. So that's helped a bunch, because now we have a dog park in our complex, which I'm sure you may have seen one of my cleaning videos. I put one in there, a little clip in there. So lately I've been trying to bring the dog to the dog park every morning. It's not every morning. I mean, it's been raining, a little rainy here, but just getting outside, go for a walk, like do something outside. If you have a zoo where you live, get a zoo pass. We've already been to our zoo like 8 times, I think already, just since April that we've moved here. So yes, just breathe some fresh air. You need to get out. Staying confined in your home, I feel like for days on end makes you feel even crazier. Like, there are days where it was like 2 or 3 days at a time I would be in the house, and by the time my husband got home, I'm like, we need to get out of the house. Let's go for a drive. I don't even need to go anywhere, and most of the time I looked nasty. Barely any makeup on, and for me, putting on makeup makes me feel a lot better and productive. But I wouldn't even care. I would have on his huge t-shirt, I'd have on some stretchy pants, and we would get in that car and we'd go and drive. And that made me feel so much more sane getting out of the house. So, tip number 3, join a mom's group. This might seem funny, but I'm actually not in a mom's group right now, but a friend here that I met in the complex, hey Cassie, she's in a mom group here in the town we live in, and it seems fun. And I've just not, I don't know why I haven't done yet, honestly. I don't know if like, I don't know, maybe the moms seem judgy. I don't know. There's another mom in the complex. So we'll see about that. But anyway, a mom group. Join it. You never know, honestly. Like, if you can connect with another mom who maybe has a child the same age and you guys are both struggling with a similar issue, you guys could be in it together. Just talk to one another. Finding people to talk to is so crucial. And honestly, when you have friends that don't have kids, they don't get it. They don't get it. I don't care how much babysitting they've done. They've raised their, like, honestly, you don't get it until you become a mom yourself. And that's a fact. I used to tell myself, hey, I would never buy a backpack leash for my child. Oh my gosh, kids look ridiculous. Become a mom, and I get why those are made, because my son is a runner. So yes, maybe join a mom group. There are a lot of national chapters that have like local chapters within certain cities. So hey, you never know. Give it a whirl. Even mom groups. If you want some mom group links for Facebook, I am a part of 3, I think. And they have like over 90, 100,000 members. And honestly, I've learned a lot of helpful tips just from people posting on the Facebook page and reading comments, and you get to hear other people's experiences and what they're going through and what helped them. By no means don't consider them doctors, because some people I would never take advice from on there. However, it's really helpful when you find that connection with other moms. Okay, number 4. This one is huge, and I personally am still working on it. Don't hesitate to ask for help. Whether that be medical help, like if you are feeling depressed, postpartum, things like that, ask for help. There is no shame in asking for help. Myself, I knew, I would say around like Finley was 6 months or so, and I felt a little off, and there was a lot of times there, I would say before we moved back to California earlier this year, when Finley was a little over a year old, and I struggled pretty hard. And I told myself, you know, if moving back here and me not working so much and being away from Finley, if that doesn't solve it, then maybe I should definitely look into maybe some medicine or even a counselor. And honestly, talking to somebody, why is that such a bad idea? It's not. And then the other part of that is, if it's not so much medical, it's just like, your girl needs a break, family, friends. And if you don't have family and friends around, care.com. There's babysitters, there's mom groups that I'm sure they would love to watch your child for a couple hours. There's so many resources out there. And I feel like a lot of times moms don't want to ask for that help. And me myself, I'm still struggling with this. Yes, we have some family here, but I feel like a lot of times, like, he's my child and I should take care of him. And there are times I've maybe asked, but I'm the type of person I'm mostly probably too proud to ask for help a lot of times, when I could definitely use it. But it's hard, because as moms, you're like, why can't people just want to help me? Like, a lot of times I get frustrated because I'm like, why aren't people reaching out to me and asking how I'm doing? You know, you want people to reach out to you, but at the same time, it's like, are you reaching out to them? But people who are watching this, who aren't moms would love a break. I would love a date with my husband, and I guess we could make that happen, but at the same time, I feel a lot of times that it's a burden, and I just feel bad, honestly. But, you know, if you're watching this, ask me if I want a date night with my husband. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, ask for help, friends. You got this. Okay, number 5, date your spouse. And if you don't have a spouse, date yourself. Self-love, super important. And that also goes along with asking for help. You need to be your best self. Like, if you're not good, the whole community and your whole household and your children aren't going to be as good. And that's a fact. I know when I'm at my lowest low, I get irritated easy. I end up yelling more at Finley. I get irritated with the dog. Everything irritates me. And that's not a good thing. So it's important, self-love and going on dates. Now, it's hard sometimes, especially when you have a newer born baby. I'll be honest, there are probably a handful of people I would trust with Finley. And that's just how it is. And it's funny because becoming a mom, I totally thought I was going to be that mom that was like, oh, take my child. There you go. You know, let me go on a date with my husband, or I want to go out drinking. Now it's like, I think I've drank more than like a beer or two, maybe a handful of times in the last 2 years. So priorities definitely change when you become a mom. At least I hope so. But if not, if you want to go get your drink on, go for it, girlfriend. Find a babysitter. But yeah, like, I think that when you become a mom and you're with your spouse, especially the stay-at-home moms, you're just putting so much of yourself into your child. And by the end of the day, it's like, I don't want to be touched anymore. I just want to talk. I just want to sit in my comfy bed with my comfy pillows and not move. You know, like, I just don't want to be touched anymore. But it's so important to make your spouse, your husband, whoever, your boyfriend, they have to become a priority. And to make your partnership work, that's got to be a priority. And me and my husband are definitely realizing, like, we need to take more time for me and him. And don't get me wrong, whoever's watching this, we are very good. But we just need more time with me and him. And we try our best to spend time with each other once Finley goes to bed. But he works so much and I'm so tired by the end of the night. A lot of nights we just go to bed right after Finley goes to bed. And since picking up YouTube about a week ago, I've been filming. And the nighttime is honestly the only time I can edit. Like, I can't do it during the day. My son is quite needy. So, yeah. So you just gotta make do. So make time for your spouse. Even if it's just getting outside, like number 2, getting outside and going for a walk with your husband, with your child in the stroller. You know, we don't all have access to people to watch our children or that we trust to watch our children. So, understandable. Just make time. All right, flipping the page here. Number 6, I got one more after this. Don't overschedule yourself. Don't set ridiculous expectations as a stay-at-home mom. This is so important, and it's like, this kind of popped in my head even more. The other day I watched, I don't know if any of you guys follow Brianna Kay on YouTube. She's wonderful and she's adorable, and she's a stay-at-home mom before she starts her new job in the fall, and she's struggling. And I think she made so many good points in her video, and it really kind of resonated with me. But I feel like being a stay-at-home mom, you're like, oh, I gotta teach him all the things. I need my son to know all the colors, all his body parts. I'm going to do all the loads of laundry today, and then I'm gonna go to the zoo, and then after that, I'm gonna work out. And then after that, you know, it's just like, calm down. Myself, the most important thing is every day I try to do like one big thing a day. Big thing a day. Like, that could maybe not be so big. For instance, like our zoo pass. We go to the zoo probably once every other week. That's one of our things that we'll do. Going to the dog park. That takes, like, taking trips really outside of the house in general, especially with a child my age, I feel like it just takes so much out of you that it's like, if I can just do like one bigger thing a day, that makes me feel better. If I'm staying inside all day long, and granted, there are definitely days where that is going to happen because it just needs rest days, mental breaks, that needs to happen. But just give yourself like one little thing a day. Like, I'm gonna do this today with my child, and then you don't feel like you're failing them, like you're not teaching them something. And it just, honestly, just in my experience, it makes me feel better when I go out and do something, even if it's just going to Costco or going to Target or grocery shopping, you know, whatever it may be. And last, this is my favorite one. Don't be so damn hard on yourself. Moms are always so hard on themselves. And honestly, social media is almost making it so much worse. You just sit there and you compare yourself. And like, now I'm like, Finley's 19, almost 20 months old, and I'm like, I haven't lost any weight. I just feel really fat. And I like compare myself. I'm like, oh, this mom had a baby like 2 months ago and she's right back to where she was before she got pregnant. Like, that's unfair, right? But yeah, just, we're human. Like, chill out. We got this. Your child is alive and they're happy and they're healthy. And who do they reach for when they get a boo-boo or they're not feeling good? They reach for you. Like, we're doing okay. All right, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I didn't want this video to be super duper long, but to recap, let's recap those 7 points. 1, caffeine or alcohol, BFFs. 2, get outside, stop smelling that poopy air. 3, join a mom's group, find connections, find Facebook friends, talk to people. 4, don't hesitate to ask for help, whether that's medical or just a break in the day. Mom needs a break. 5, date your spouse, and if you don't have a spouse, you date yourself. You need it. You need the time for yourself. Number 6, don't overschedule yourself. Don't set crazy high expectations that you're gonna fail at, which is gonna make things so much worse. And 7, don't be so damn hard on yourself. Again, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Comment below and tell me if this helped at all and what you liked about it or what you didn't like. I would love to hear some feedback. And if you really want, go ahead and share this with your friends, your other mommy friends. And if not for nothing, like, I hope you took one thing out of this. And I am by no means an expert, but I feel like I've learned so much in just the 4 or 5 short months that I've been a full-time stay-at-home mom. And if I can help just one person, that would make me feel so much better. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, guys.